It's Friday, March 6th, 2026, and apparently it's Dentist's Day, which feels appropriate because today's AI news is all about drilling into spreadsheets, polishing tiny models, and yanking teeth over video pricing. This is CoeCast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Also, Dentist Day is so cursed for a show about automation, like open wide the spreadsheet is thinking.
Exactly. And quick meta note, this whole episode was assembled by a fully automated stack of AI tools. So if we accidentally sound like we're reading your budget sheet out loud at a dinner party, that's the experiment.
If the show goes off the rails, we're leaving it in. Like plaque. Okay, hit me. The Excel thing is everywhere on X.
OpenAI shipped a ChatGPT add-in for Excel in beta. People are saying it's powered by GPT 5.4 thinking mode, and it's aimed at finance and analyst workflows. But the plot twist is, marketing ops lives in Excel too. Like half of strategy is a spreadsheet with vibes.
Wait, hold up. Everyone's acting like it's just fancy autocomplete, like it can write a sum if. Oh my god, boring. What's the first finance team approved marketing use case that's actually real?
Incrementality meets budget governance. Here's the workflow. You already have a spend sheet by channel, a pipeline sheet from the CRM export, and maybe a blended CAC and payback model that finance trusts. The add-in becomes the translator that turns marketing brain into finance-approved structure.
Like what, though?
Like take our paid social spend, apply these lag assumptions, split pipeline by product line, then run scenarios for what happens if we shift budget from prospecting to retargeting. And not just producing a chart, it should also audit the logic, like you're double counting assisted conversions or your attribution window assumptions don't match your reporting.
I like that because it's not decision-making, it's decision prep. But that leads to the spicy part. If GPT 5.4 thinking mode is modeling and auditing inside Excel, where's the line between Copilot and quietly making decisions nobody can explain?
The line is, the model can propose, humans approve, and the spreadsheet stays the source of truth. The moment it starts writing over cells without a checkpoint, you're in haunted house accounting.
Haunted house accounting is so real. You open a tab and it's like, why is revenue purple? And the ghost is like, the model thought it was clearer.
Exactly. So draw hard boundaries. The add-in should be used for three things: generating candidate formulas, explaining existing logic, and running what-if scenarios that are clearly labeled as scenarios, not updating the forecast as if it's a fact.
Also, can we talk about people connecting Excel to data providers? Everyone's like, it'll pull Moody's and S&P Global and blah blah, and it's going to be insights instantly.
Yeah, people are automating retrieval, not automating truth.
Thank you. Because automating insight is hard. Automating confident nonsense is easy and fun.
The big mistake is thinking that because the data provider is reputable, the model's interpretation is also automatically reputable. If it pulls a series and you don't validate definitions, you can absolutely end up with a gorgeous chart that's measuring the wrong thing.
Or it maps bookings to revenue and suddenly the whole org is arguing in Slack like it's a reality show reunion.
Right. The practical move is to treat the add-in like a junior analyst who's fast but needs supervision. Build a standard data contract tab, like definitions, sources, refresh cadence, and allowed transformations. Then the model operates inside those rails.
So you're basically saying, if you don't have governance, the add-in just scales your mess.
Yes. It scales whatever you already are. If you're clean, it makes you faster. If you're chaotic, it makes you louder.
Okay, Hunt, but let me challenge you. Why are we so obsessed with closed plugins that just work? I'm seeing all these open spreadsheet sidebars and extensions too. Where's the real momentum?
For enterprises, closed wins short-term because procurement loves it supported. For creators and scrappy teams, open add-ins are going to be huge because you can audit what it's doing, especially when it's touching spend, forecasts, and customer data.
Open is scarier, but also more honest. Like, show me the prompts, show me the transformations. Don't just hand me a number like it fell from the sky.
Totally.
Okay, second story. Microsoft's 5.4 Reasoning Vision 15B. Everyone's saying small but smart. Give me the most realistic marketing workflow where a compact model beats a giant hosted model.
Creative QA at scale, like your team produces 100 ad variants a week across formats. A compact multimodal model can scan images and frames for brand compliance and basic performance heuristics without sending everything to an expensive hosted frontier model.
Like logo is cut off, text is too small, this looks like a fake UI button, that kind of thing?
Exactly. Also product catalog understanding. Think e-commerce, you want consistent alt text, attribute tagging, this is a crew neck, not a hoodie, and quick visual checks. A smaller model that's good at vision reasoning can do that cheaply and closer to where the assets live.
And you could run it on device-ish or at least in a controlled environment, right? Less send every unreleased product photo to a third party.
Yep, and it becomes a bouncer. The small model screens and routes, the big model only comes in for the hard stuff.
But when X says small models are frontier quality now, what are they ignoring?
Maintenance, evils, drift. the unglamorous part where you realize your brand compliance checker started failing because your design team changed font styles and now half your ads get flagged as unreadable.
Or your product photography got moodier and the model is like, I can't see anything, it's giving vampire.
Exactly. You need continuous evaluation sets. You need a weekly sample review. You need a feedback loop where humans mark false positives and false negatives. Otherwise, your small model becomes that intern who never improves because nobody trains them.
Speaking of budgetable, Seedance 2.0. ByteDance is apparently pricing video gen around 1 RMB per second.
Yeah, and to be precise, that about 1 RMB per second is the common shorthand people are using because the pricing is token-based and typically works out to roughly that for a lot of clips. The point stands. Predictable per second-ish costs change behavior.
That's like, suddenly you can put AI video exploration on a real budget line item.
Exactly. If you can estimate cost per second, you can do real A and B creative testing without the CFO thinking you're summoning a dragon.
But also, IP and copyright concerns are getting louder. People are joking about studio legal threats like it's a meme, but marketers are the ones who get sued.
So the smartest way to use this pricing is to keep Seedance in a sandbox. Use it for concepting, animatics, storyboards, and style exploration. Then either recreate in a licensed pipeline or use it only with inputs you own and a policy your legal team actually signed off on.
I love the animatics angle, because you can test hooks and pacing without shipping final pixels. Like, does the concept land before you go all in?
Exactly. Also, build a clean room asset approach. Use your own product shots, your own footage, your own music, your own voice. Don't prompt it like, make it look like that famous commercial. That's how you become a case study.
And cues. People are saying demand is nuts. If access is flaky, how do you design a production pipeline that doesn't implode when the model is 8 hours behind?
You design for async. No one should be sitting there waiting. You submit jobs in batches, you get callbacks when they're done, and you have a fallback model. Even if the fallback is lower quality, it keeps production moving.
Like a good enough model that can make placeholders so editors aren't blocked?
Yep. And you maintain a shot library. If you're doing A and B tests, you don't need to regenerate everything. Keep reusable backgrounds, transitions, product angles. Then you're only generating the parts that change.
Wait, that's actually huge, because the expensive part is iteration chaos. If you control the variables, you can do creative testing like a scientist, not like a raccoon in a dumpster.
Exactly. Controlled variables. And for IP risk, keep a policy checklist, like no celebrity likeness, no recognizable brand parodies, no in the style of, and strict human review before anything ships.
Okay, quick aside. People keep pitching always-on agent platforms, like open-source agents that have tool access all day. Least terrifying way to deploy that in marketing ops?
Principle of least privilege. The agent can draft, summarize, and prepare. It cannot publish, spend, or delete. And every action it takes should be logged in plain language. If you can't explain what it did, it doesn't get to do it.
So it's like an assistant with a badge that only opens the snack closet, not the bank vault.
Exactly.
Big picture, pro AI but not delusional. What's the one capability people on X keep promising that will still be annoying and brittle a year from now?
Fully autonomous decisioning in messy business contexts. Like, let it run your marketing budget end to end. Nah, the world changes too fast, attribution is still imperfect, creative is subjective, and models will still hallucinate confidently in edge cases.
Yeah, the set it and forget it dream is cute, but brands are weird, humans are weirder, and the internet is a haunted mall.
Perfectly said. Use AI to remove grind, speed up analysis, and generate options. Keep humans for intent, taste, and accountability.
All right, dentist day wrap up. Brush your teeth, floss your spreadsheets, and don't let a video model bite you with copyright.
Thank you for hanging with us on KoiCast. Subscribe wherever you listen, and for AI news and updates, check out koi.com/resources.
Go do something nice for your future self today, like label your tabs. Catch you next time.